But why do they do this? Because they are acting as an imperialist power. They want to control the South China Sea, to own it as their national territory, which is against international law, against UNCLOS, against history. I mean, no country can now claim an entire sea. That's just out of this world. That's outlandish, absurd. But China still says, oh, we own the South China Sea since 2,000 years ago. Nobody believes that. That has been debunked by the tribunal. There's no evidence, historical evidence of that. But why is China doing this? Because Chinese leaders are greedy. They want to get all the natural resources in the South China Sea for themselves. It's out of greed. Imperialism is the manifestation of greed, national greed. And it's because of this greed by the Chinese leaders. They want to deprive everybody else. They want to get it. But they're getting, let's say in the South China Sea, you have high seas. The high seas belong to the global commons. It belongs to all mankind. It belongs to Nepal, it belongs to Switzerland, landlocked countries. But they still ignore that. They want to get the high seas, which belongs to all mankind. So you have to have that frame of mind where you totally disregard the legal order, international legal order. You disregard all kinds of morality. You disregard the common good because you just want everything for yourself. That's greed. That's the manifestation. That is what is driving imperialism. And that is in the DNA of the present leaders of China.
But isn't there also somewhere a genuine fear of America? Because America is knocking on their door basically by having a presence in their part of the world. Wala naman Chinese Navy na umiikot sa California siguro or sa New York, no? Hindi tulad ng American Navy with nuclear weapons moving around China. If a country as large as China that has had a colonial history as well and having been occupied and conquered by foreign powers, I mean, isn't that part of their calculation? Aside from desiring natural resources that belong to others or belong to the international community, hindi ba may perception din sa kanila na there's a superpower moving around in our neighborhood and we need to protect ourselves from them?
That is why China has offered the US, let's divide the world. The world is too big for both of us. We can divide it. So leave to us the South China Sea. That's ours. And the rest will be yours. So they know that. Of course, the US would not want to do that because they would be abandoning their traditional allies and they will lose credibility. But that's why I'm saying, who knows? Trump might become the president next time, and he will say, okay, I accept the offer of China. We divide the world. You take care of your sphere of influence will be the South China Sea. And that could happen. That's why I'm saying we should prepare for that day. We should now engage our ASEAN neighbors, Vietnam, Malaysia, Indonesia, that, at the end of the day, it might be just ourselves trying to defend what's ours here in the South China Sea because the two superpowers might come to an agreement. And that will just leave us on our own to defend our maritime zone. So let us do it now. Let's conduct naval drills jointly to protect, to fortify our defenses. And that is why I say we have to develop our military capability. Because at the end of the day, we can only rely on ourselves, really. And if you look at history, countries that failed to develop a credible self-defense force were eaten up, were absorbed by their stronger neighbors. And we have to be prepared for that. We cannot rely forever on the US because their policy could change. I mean, they could get tired of defending others. You may have a Trump there who will just say, okay, let's just divide the world. And there's a danger that he could also be the next president. So we have to prepare for that. I mean, yes, we are allies now, but their national interests could change. That's why it's important we must develop our military defenses. We must have a credible self-defense force.